Show. Jean-Francois here. You know that I love to get dirty on the Anything Show, so this sponsor was a long time coming. Let me tell you something. If you're out there on the dating scene and looking to make a statement or just want to reignite the romance with your partner, you gotta look into getting a pair of clap cleats. They are revolutionary socks specifically designed to give you more traction for the action, more drive for the grind, more thrust for the lust. Clap cleats are made with advanced polymer grips on the soles, under your toes, and at multiple points of contact with the ground. Made of a high-performance bamboo material that are cooler than cotton and wick away sweat. Each socks are individually 5-toed for a secure fit. They are not a one-size-fits-all plain old sock. They are sport-cut ankle socks. So, if you hate the vision of socks in bed, great, because your partner is not even going to notice that you have them on. Think about this. In pretty much all physical activities, there are specific sneakers or cleats to make sure you perform your best. So why can't we have the same thing for the bedroom? I mean, think about it. Sex is the most important physical activity you are doing. Optimal performance does not come from your waist. It should be coming from your legs, baby. So if you want to be an all-star in the bedroom, if you want to bring your A game and hit it out of the park, you better go buy a pair of clap cleats. And I'm going to give you a deal right now. You can use our promo code ANYTHINGSHOW for 10% off. That's ANYTHINGSHOW, all one word, for 10% off at checkout. So you better go out there and make a statement with that lucky someone, because they're looking for you. You could win $100 and a shot glass and keychain from the Anything Show with Jean-Francois, Monday, August 30th. Now you're asking yourself, John, how do I win such money and merch? Very simple. All you have to do is tell us what's your favorite simple pleasure. And if you want to know how you tell us what your favorite simple pleasure is, listen to The Anything Show with Jean-Francois on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts, for a chance to win $100 and a shot glass and keychain courtesy of The Anything Show with Jean-Francois, Monday, August 30th.
All right. From the Magic 97.7 studios in Lyndonville, Vermont, this is The Anything Show with Jean-Francois. Stand by and remain cautious.
All right, here we go. Friday, August 20th, as we record this. Jean-Francois here at the Magic 97.7 studios in Vermont. Joining me, as always, from Rochester, New York, it's the host of the Lifestyle of a Gay Black Boy podcast, Andrew Vanderton. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Good. How is your car warranty?
How's my car warranty?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm back. One of those people calling you about it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. If I had a nickel for every time someone called me about my car warranty, I'd be a very rich man, Andrew. Very, very rich. But for now, you know what? We're going to have a great show free of those annoying car warranty telemarketers. Later on, I'll be speaking with Chris Stedman, who is the host of the podcast Unread, a story with a Britney Spears connection. For our celebrity gossip, Andrew, we're going to wonder what Matthew McConaughey smells like. I mean, haven't you always wondered?
I've always wondered.
For our Let's Get Viral, we're going to hear a heavy metal version of a very popular Disney song. Ask Anything, of course, August 30th. It's your chance to win a $100 gift card and an Anything Show with Jean-Francois shot glass and keychain, Monday, August 30th. And for our headlines, we're going to get to some questions that you should ask before you get married. Oh, that should be an interesting one, Andrew. I know. Listen, subscribe, follow, rate, review The Anything Show with Jean-Francois on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. You can follow us on Facebook.com/The Anything Show, Instagram @AnythingShowFrancois, and on YouTube under The Anything Show with Jean-Francois. I always have shot glasses and keychains available, so if you're interested, it is $10 for a glass and $5 for the keychain. All right, Andrew, I think we got all the church announcements out of the way. Shall we get to some headlines?
Let's do it.
Yay! Okay, first up. Women, you should not be peeing in the shower, says a certain doctor. A doctor who specializes in pelvic floor muscles. He's going viral, Andrew, because he told women not to pee in the shower because over time, it can weaken the muscles that prevent leakage. It also makes you associate peeing with running water. So you can end up feeling the urge to, go when you wash your hands or fill up a glass of water, which, sounds like me. I think I told you, Andrew, that my bladder is so terrible that I pee like every 2 seconds. So I think I'm a woman. I think I'm a woman in disguise.
You've been peeing in the shower, haven't you?
Yeah, you know what? Not too long ago, I did do that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And you know what? Speaking of which, Andrew, this is another example of men getting the upper hand in society because the study doesn't say anything about men not being able to pee in the shower. It's just women. Women can't pee in the shower. How sexist of this doctor.
Very sexist. I think this doctor only wants to pee in his shower and doesn't want his wife to pee in the shower.
Yeah, because that takes the spark out of the marriage, I bet. Oh, God. Now, I think you had a question about this story, Andrew.
Yeah, I just want to know, how common are women peeing in the shower? Someone please tell me. I have never peed in the shower, so this is new.
Well, the thing is with men, it's so easy because, our dongalong, like all we have to do is just let the stuff come out of our dongalong and, we're already standing up anyway, so we're good to go. But with women, like this study kind of says, you got to squat. You got to make an effort to actually get the urine out, right? Am I right or no?
That's true, but the shower's supposed to be clean. I would never pee in it.
I know. I agree with not peeing in the shower. I'm just saying that with women peeing in the shower, it just seems a little bit more work than it should be because, if women pee literally standing up like men do, then they'll have the pee drip all over their leg. So this is even more reason not to pee in the shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess. All right. Well, you know what? We take a step back. I'm sure that married couples pee in the shower all the time to signify that they are in love. But let's take it back to the first date. This next headline here, Andrew, I think you're going to say on to this story here. A 26-year-old guy from Dallas connected with a 25-year-old woman from Omaha on TikTok. I did not know they had a dating feature. This guy apparently flew 680 miles for their first date, and now they're in a relationship. Andrew, I think you said this was just like the most adorable thing that you've ever seen.
It is. They're star-crossed lovers. They're just so happy to be together and distance wasn't a thing.
Yeah. You know who is also star-crossed lovers, Andrew? Romeo and Juliet. So you're saying this couple's going to die in about a day.
Well, they had a little fun excitement time before the death, so.
Yeah, they peed in the shower. That's what they did. All right, see you later. Monday, Rachel's coming in at 11. Okay, all right, sounds good. Have a good one. Sorry, that was my boss, Andrew.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was a bit of awkward silence there. But what were we talking about? We were talking about couples who are romantically linked for life and then they die prematurely.
Yeah, because the sparkle's gone in their golden shower.
Oh, yeah. God, man, you're giving me like Donald Trump vibes right now with that golden shower reference. I don't know. With regards to this story, I feel like, I don't know if this might be a little bit too intense for a first date. I don't know if I would, because like the first date for me, it's like, it's just a get to know you casual thing. And if someone's going out of their way to fly 680 miles to see me, it's like, whoa, I feel like the pressure is on. I feel like this person wants like a big, intense marriage as opposed to like, oh, you live right around the corner. Let's just go grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe he booked some other things. Maybe he's going to the aquarium and she's just fit into the schedule.
Okay.
Maybe it's already happening.
All right. You know what? If I would bet that this couple, they're so adventurous and they're so in love enough that they would be open to pouring chocolate-flavored Dr. Pepper on each other, which brings me to my next headline here. And I think this made you throw up when you saw this on the Google document, Andrew. Dr. Pepper is creating a new chocolate-flavored version. And frankly, Andrew, since we're both black, I think you should be proud of this.
No. I hate Pepper.
Oh God! But you know what? They're not selling it in stores. So this seems to be like a very cult limited commodity. This is going to be called Dr. Pepper Fantastic Chocolate, and what you have to do is create a Pepper Perks account for a chance at it. Then you scan your receipt for other like Dr. Pepper products you buy, and then once you have enough points, Andrew, they'll send you some. You don't have to buy much Dr. Pepper to get it, though. I mean, you'll need at least 100 points, and it sounds like you can just get that many from buying a single 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. So if you want to find out more, for those of you listening, earnrewards.com/Dr. Pepper. Andrew, my girlfriend Tony is a big fan of Dr. Pepper. I would argue that she has enough chocolate that she's drinking right here, which is me, but, fine. If she wants something actually that she could drink, fine, Tony, fine. Be boring. Fine.
Tony just doesn't want to be a cannibal. That is okay.
Tony doesn't want to be a cannibal, but you know what? There have been times where she has been a cannibal, and I'm not going to out her because the last episode, Tony said I went a little bit over the line. So I'm just going to say that, Tony, you eat normal things, and we'll leave it at that. All right, next headline here. A new study came out that, oh my God, this is great for like us people that are getting fat, Andrew. Or not. No, actually, no. This basically says to us that we don't have any more excuses. So, I think you've been told before, and I've been told actually, that your metabolism, slows down as you become an adult.
Yeah.
So actually, rather than like your 30s, this study says that your metabolism doesn't actually slow down until you are age 60. Yeah. Yeah, so this is how it works. Researchers found that the metabolism peaks when we're babies around age 1, then it gradually slows down until we're around 20. But from 20 to 60, it plateaus and stays pretty consistent. So I'm 29. Andrew, you're what, 29, 30, 31?
I'm 32.
32? Oh, my goodness gracious, Andrew. So if you gain a bunch of weight in your 40s or 50s, other factors are at play. You cannot really blame it on your slow metabolism. So I don't know. So Andrew, I don't know. I feel like now that we know this, especially for you, since you're a vegan, I say screw that lifestyle and just go crazy with fried chicken,
I would go crazy with fried chicken, but this lets me know my metabolism isn't like my credit score. So now I eat regularly and not feel like, it's going to change tomorrow.
Yeah. Now, Andrew, I mean, you wrote this on the Google document. Is this a toothpaste? Yummy fried chicken teeth whitening? What did you mean by that?
I would love that. So if there was a way for me to eat my teeth, brush my teeth more with fried chicken, I would no longer be vegan.
Wow.
Just fry chicken and let me brush my teeth with it.
Wow.
I'm here for
So you're saying you're a vegan only because it's healthy for your body, not so much because you care about the lives of the chickens?
I don't give a damn about the animals.
What have they ever done for you? Have they paid your taxes, Andrew? No.
Right. By not eating them, I'm doing them a service, and then by not eating them, I'm doing my body a service.
You know what, Andrew? I feel like with you being anti-chicken life, you're going to have kidney beans in your penis. Which brings me to my next headline. This 30-year-old Michigan man had to go to the hospital after intentionally putting 6 kidney beans into his manhood for sexual gratification. Now, Andrew, I don't know about you, but this actually makes me very queasy because we know the pee hole is very small, very sensitive. How big are kidney beans? Do you know?
They are quite big. A kidney bean is pretty big.
So this guy must have had a pee hole the size of Mount Everest. That's insane.
Oh, he's probably stretched his pee hole a lot. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Andrew, no. Okay, I usually get dirty, but when it comes to like the pee hole and stretching it out and putting kidney beans in it, that's where I draw the line, okay?
My skin is literally crawling.
Yeah. And Andrew, you know what? The day that Tony recommends that I do that to turn her on will be the day that I leave her. And I have a feeling that she'll say this the next day. She'll be like, "Oh, John, kidney beans. I got some from the grocery store. I was going to make kidney soup, but you know what? Pull down your pants and put some kidney beans up there." Oh, Tony's a freak. She is a freak. I don't know why I got with her in the first place, but I love her.
You know what? For love, you can experience one time.
Oh, God. I think you associated a certain term with this kidney bean story. What did you say, Andrew?
This is the perfect pea shooter.
Oh, now is pea shooter like is a pea shooter an actual term for somebody who like shoots like peas, like edible peas?
Well, I mean, I guess you could use it that way. Like if you're in the lunchroom and you got your spoon and you're shooting peas that way. Or sometimes it's like a small little tiny handgun.
Okay. Oh, God. Well, you know what? As guys are putting kidney beans in their tiny little handguns, we will step aside and just not even look because that just blah, 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 blah.
No, once you see it, they can't be unseen.
Oh, God. All right, let's go from pee holes to video games. A study found that 2 hours of video games burns as many calories as 1,000 sit-ups, Andrew. Now, I think you're a video game player, right?
I am. I'm obsessed with video games.
Now, how do you react to this news, I wonder?
Very happy. As soon as I read this, I turned on my PlayStation.
Okay. You're like, okay, you know, I'm just using my little thumbs on this PlayStation controller, and I think I just lost 55 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I apologize.
What is so ripped playing video games?
Yeah. Why are you so ripped? You're playing video games. Yeah, that's what you said. All right. Well, you know what? Video games, we go from that to high schools, because if there's anything I like to blame high schools for, Andrew, is not teaching me about the finer things in life, like how to handle money and avoid debt. Now, this next headline here, a question asked in a recent poll, should high schools teach kids how to handle money and avoid debt? And, 1,500 people. Out of 1,500 people, 83% said yes or definitely yes. Now, Andrew, I think you said, the only thing you remember from high school is what?
It's skipping every class. That's the only thing I remember.
Well, how did you become the smart, intelligent, likable, careable person that you are today?
I learned so much more on the streets than I did in school.
Oh, my God. Did you used to sell crack for a living?
No, unfortunately. I didn't get into crack games.
Okay.
But now I know all these real things that happen outside. We should learn that in school.
All right. You know what? I agree, because I can't keep track of how many times in my life that I've been reckless about money, that I've dreamed of getting a credit card, and I've actually gotten 2 of them. Back in high school, I was much more naive about money than I am right now. Like, my naivete right now is bad, but high school, it was just awful. So if I had a little bit of lessening on the value of saving money and the value of not using a credit card when you don't need to use one, oh, Andrew, I would be debt-free like a mofo.
I'm with you.
All right. Lastly, before we run out of time in this headline segment, Andrew, I gotta say, I know you mentioned that you almost were going to get married in the past, and I wonder if these were some questions that you were asking yourself before you almost tied the knot. Now, me and my girlfriend Tony have discussed marriage, so maybe these are questions that we might be asking ourselves. Let's see. Questions like, how should we handle the money? Yeah, going off of our high school conversation. Do you want kids? And where will we spend the holidays? Yeah.
Huge question right there.
Now talk about that, Andrew. What do you mean by that?
So marriage, and when you're with somebody, you're with them. So a holiday is like your moment to enjoy them, but in a free space that neither of you own.
Yeah.
So holiday spots are super important to me.
Yeah. I got to say, I think last holiday season was the first holiday season that me and Tony were together. And we actually celebrated our holidays separately with our own respective families. Cause I don't know, I felt like, we have our traditions and I don't want one to break the other, blah, blah, blah. But this year, I think what we're going to do is we're going to, spend Thanksgiving with her family, spend Christmas with my family. Cause, as you get closer, you realize the importance of seeing your significant other during the holiday season. So there you go. Hey, another question that you should probably ask before you get married. Honey, can we have sex with socks on? Ugh. Now, Andrew, I'm usually against it. What about you? What say you with the whole sex with socks on conversation?
100% for it. I find sex with socks to be even sexier.
Wow. So you're going to be perfect for one of our sponsors here, Clap Cleats. Do you know what Clap Cleats are, Andrew?
I need to know about them because they look beautiful when I research them.
All right, well, strip down and get your feet ready to go because Clap Cleats, they're revolutionary socks specifically designed to give you, as they say, Andrew, more traction for the action, more drive for the grind, and more thrust for the lust. And what they do, Andrew, they're like made with advanced polymer grips on the soles, under your toes, and at multiple points of contact with the ground. They're made of a high-performance bamboo material, which I thought is like, what? I mean, when I think bamboo, I think Hawaii. So I think the inventor of Clap Cleats just went to Hawaii and just said, oh my God, this reminds me of sex. So yeah, these Clap Cleats are made of a high-performance bamboo material that are cooler than cotton and wick away sweat. Each socks are individually 5-toed for a secure fit. They are not a one-size-fits-all plain old sock. They are sport cut ankle socks. So Andrew, just in case you have that partner who's like, no, I don't want to see you with socks when I'm doing you. You don't even notice that the socks are on. So
right.
They're invisible. Optimal performance does not come from your waist. Our good friends at Clap Cleats, they want to remind us that it should be coming from your legs. So if you want to be an all-star in the bedroom, and why not hit it out of the park, bring your A game. The great folks at Clap Cleats, what they're doing is giving you a discount. Anything Show. That is the discount code. Anything Show, all one word. You can get 10% off your Clap Cleat socks. 10% off at checkout just using the discount code Anything Show. I almost forgot the name of my own show, Andrew. Now, what do you think about that? What do you think about these Clap Cleats now?
They sound amazing. I want them so much. To know that I can give those to somebody and say, hey, these socks are a 10, you're a 10. Let's see how well you can get in. I'm here for it.
These socks are a 10, you're a 10, so let's do some 10-10-ing, you know what I mean? 10-10-ing. All right, Andrew, I guess that's a great way to wrap up our headlines. Let's just say screw the rest of the show and go bang somebody with Clap Cleats. All right, if you have a headline that you want to send me and Andrew's way, facebook.com/theanythingshow. You can also contact us on Instagram @anythingshowfrancois. That is @anythingshowfrancois. Jean-Francois here in Vermont. My good old pal Andrew Vandertunt from the Lifestyle of a Gay Black Boy podcast, calling on the phone from Rochester, New York. Hey, stay tuned later on. I'll be talking to, what's his name? Chris Stedman, the wonderful host of the podcast Unread. If you are a big fan of Britney Spears, this podcast has a very meaningful Britney Spears connection like you would never believe. All right, in the meantime, Andrew, let's see. We got to remind people that they could win a $100 gift card and a Anything Show with Jean-Francois shot glass and keychain. Shall we play a round of Ask Anything?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Like I said, time and time again, the past few shows, you could win that ultimate money and merch if you tell us what your favorite simple pleasure is on facebook.com/theanythingshow, Instagram @anythingshowfrancois. Now, Andrew, to recap, what did you say your simple pleasure was a couple weeks ago?
I remember saying my simple pleasure a couple weeks ago was drinking a cold glass of water, I think.
Drinking a cold glass of water? I thought it was drinking tea.
Drinking tea, not water. Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, cold glass of water, I mean, especially with how hot it's been here, at least in Vermont. I mean, I think you said it's hot in Rochester, New York, too?
It is, and I think I was thinking water because I just took the best sip of water of my life.
Yeah. So, tea is great for the wintertime, but I think for the summertime, a lot of us want to be pleasured by a cold glass of water. Also, other listener responses, like listening to music, sitting on the front porch with family, looking at the rain drop on hot asphalt, laying in bed with the dogs, running outdoors, literally just sitting down playing games on the phone, watching Johnny Depp movies, fishing and drinking a cold beer and listening to music. Oh my God, cuddling with your cats or your boyfriend. I know. Oh my God, I wonder which one is more special, the cats or the boyfriend. What do you think, Andrew?
The cats.
The cats, yeah, because you know what? If the boyfriend, the boyfriend could potentially say like, I don't want to, have these pussycats living with me anymore, honey. Stop it, give it up. And then of course the girl would be like, you know what? F yourself. These cats are my boyfriend now. All right, peace and quiet, also reading and sitting in the sun. These are some great responses that listeners said in response to the question, what is your favorite simple pleasure? Now, you still have time to tell me what your favorite simple pleasure is on Facebook.com/anythingshow, Instagram @anythingshowfrancois. Normally, we post these Ask Anything videos on our YouTube page. Just search the Anything Show with John Francois on YouTube and you'll be good to go. And yeah, August 30th, you could be the one that wins the $100 gift card and the shot glass and keychain courtesy of the Anything Show with John Francois. All right, Andrew, the customary question, do you have to pee?
Not now. But
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Not now, but I'm going to hold on to it for later.
I think this is going to be a common thing, Andrew. Anytime we have to take a commercial break, like right between Ask Anything and Let's Get Viral, I'm going to pressure your bladder. Andrew, if you have to pee, do it now.
Put the fear of God in my bladder.
Oh, yes, the Holy Spirit. Let it drip, drip, drip. Oh, God. While people are turning off their radios in disgust as I talk about pee and the Holy Spirit, let's take a break. We got to acknowledge a couple of sponsors, and we'll be right back with our viral videos of the week right here on The Anything Show. Support for The Anything Show with Jean Francois coming from Endgame Content. All right, I got to be honest. These guys are just freaking idiots. They are four idiots who just talk about a lot of things that they think they know about. And yeah, okay, they talk about gaming-related stuff for the most part, but if you want to learn other things like spoons or how to properly eat Thai food into your ears, I'm sure they know something about that too. Hey, the Endgame Content guys also do Dungeons and Dragons, so if you're a big fan of that, tune into their Dungeon and Dragon episodes along with their regular podcast episodes uploaded bi-weekly, so there's something fresh each week. Check out the Endgame Content live stream on Twitch, and of course, check out Endgame Content wherever you get podcasts. Oh, Jean Francois here. You know that I love to get dirty on the Anything Show, so this sponsor was a long time coming. Let me tell you something. If you're out there on the dating scene and looking to make a statement or just want to reignite the romance with your partner, you gotta look into getting a pair of clap cleats. They are revolutionary socks specifically designed to give you more traction for the action, more drive for the grind, more thrust for the lust. Clap cleats are made with advanced polymer grips on the soles, under your toes, and at multiple points of contact with the ground. Made of a high-performance bamboo material that are cooler than cotton and wick away sweat. Each socks are individually 5-toed for a secure fit. They are not a one-size-fits-all plain old sock. They are sport-cut ankle socks, so, if you hate the vision of socks in bed, great, because your partner is not even going to notice that you have them on. Think about this. In pretty much all physical activities, there are specific sneakers or cleats to make sure you perform your best. So why can't we have the same thing for the bedroom? I mean, think about it. Sex is the most important physical activity you are doing. Optimal performance does not come from your waist. It should be coming from your legs, baby. So if you want to be an all-star in the bedroom, if you want to bring your A game and hit it out of the park, you better go buy a pair of clap cleats. And I'm going to give you a deal right now. You can use our promo code ANYTHINGSHOW for 10% off. That's ANYTHINGSHOW, all one word, for 10% off at checkout. So you better go out there and make a statement with that lucky someone, because they're looking for you. All right. Well, we obviously are in love with our new sponsor, Clap Cleats. Andrew, I mean, I just literally, I say screw the show. Why can't we just have sex with socks on and just be done with it?
Let's do it. I just ordered my hair while we were commercial.
Wait, say that one more time?
I just ordered my pair of clap cleats now while we were sitting here.
Ah, yes, Andrew. Andrew's gonna have a wild weekend. I love it. And while you have that wild weekend, maybe you'll catch the best virus ever, which leads into Let's Get Viral. Alrighty, first video here, viral videos of the week right here on the Anything Show. This woman filmed her very first time at the on the zero gravity ride. I guess she was doing this very risque, wild ride at the New York State Fair, and she filmed her very first TikTok riding this ride for the very first time. And it's one of those rides where it just goes up and down and all over the place. It's enough to make you vomit. And why not have it be played on video for you to hear?
Okay, we're lifting up. Oh, God! Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Look, there it goes. There it goes. Whoa, there we go. Whoa, oh, let's go. Oh, I feel that light. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm trying to make a good cut. Oh, I'm trying to make a good cut. Help me, I'm trying to make a good cut. Oh, God. Hold on, my kidney. My kidney. Oh, my other chin. Hold on. Hold on. Domino milk. Help me. Help me. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, gives that woman some clap cleats. Let her calm the heck down. Yeah, Andrew, this woman is totally me. I hate roller coasters because I just don't like the sort of feeling in the pit of your stomach as you are going down on a roller coaster. Like it's that feeling of weightlessness that I hate. And I have been on rides like that with kids where I have cursed and screamed and cried like nobody's business. So even though I am not as stupid as this woman and record this on TikTok, yeah, I can relate to her expression. What about you, Andrew? I mean, are you like this woman when you're on rides?
I love roller coasters. I love that feeling of your stomach dropping when you're weightless. And the more dangerous the roller coaster, throw me on it. If it's rickety, I'm there in the front of the line.
Okay.
But her reaction, I would have been screaming, laughing, sitting next to her on the roller coaster.
You like what she said over and over? I'm gonna make a TikTok! I'm gonna make a TikTok! Yeah, I'm surprised that the phone didn't like fly off of the ride. Like, what the heck? Oh, God. Hey, speaking of TikTok, this TikToker named Jonathan Young does heavy metal versions of popular Disney songs. So, have you seen the movie Frozen, Andrew?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Good. I finally found someone who hasn't.
I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, good, because, you know, I don't want to be alone, Andrew. I just refuse to watch that cheesy, childish movie. Oh, God.
We're starting the coalition. I'm there with you. We won't watch.
There you go. The Non-Frozen Watching Coalition, me and Andrew, best friends forever. All righty. I think that was good enough killing time. I'm trying to find this video, Andrew. What the hell? Where, oh, here we go. I got it. Man, I love the world of searching for things on the computer and not being able to find them. All right, so if you're interested in Let It Go from Frozen in a very tough heavy metal way, may I introduce you to Mr. Jonathan Young. Let it go! Let it go! And I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go! Let it go! The perfect sky is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rings on. The cold never bothered me anyway. You know, I take it back, Andrew. If Frozen was recreated in a heavy metal version, I might actually see that. Yes.
Yeah, I would probably see it. I thought that sounded like Scott Stapp from Creed, you know, just having a little fun. So I'm here for it if it sounded like that.
Okay. I like it. All right, Andrew, how about you and I dress up in some goth makeup and go see Frozen?
Yeah, let's do it. That would be awesome.
It would be so awesome. All righty, next video here in the viral videos of the week. Life can be cruel, Andrew, for a toddler who just found out that dogs do not lay eggs. Here is the toddler's reaction.
You're sad because I said what? Oh.
That's why that made me sad.
I'm sorry I made you sad. Can we can pretend that dogs lay eggs?
And I love the mother recording the video. Rather than actually like comfort the child, like, oh my God, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The mother records the child because she wants to get famous for 15 minutes.
Exactly. She's like, your torture right now is bringing in likes.
This mother's going to make a living off of her child's misery. I love it.
No, that poor baby. I would be so sad, too, if I didn't know dogs didn't come from eggs.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I have a dog buddy, so let me see if I can get him to lay some eggs later tonight. I think that'll be a nice picture to see. Alrighty, Andrew. I think on last week's show we heard some really bad yodeling. Are you in the mood to hear a really bad saxophone solo?
I am excited to hear this.
Now, did you grow up in the church like I did, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, so I recognized this church song when I heard it at the church service. This is actually at a church service, so it's a church service, and this saxophone guy was just not in sync with the keyboard player. Take a listen and see if this guy has ruined the Holy Spirit for you. Move me, Jesus, move me. Thank you, Father, thank you. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. It made me want to speak in tongue, Andrew. Like, yeah, Andrew and I mean, I think we both grew up in black churches, so we know what that means. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, so the black mother of the church didn't walk up and say, baby, go sit down. Just go sit down. Bless your heart, child. Bless your heart. The Lord can hear you just fine. Please put that saxophone down. Please, child. You know, they would get up in front of the congregation like, everybody praises Jesus in their own way. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Jesus and church and God and all that stuff, our last viral video of the week is also Jesus related. And I think this is kind of a sweet ending to our viral video segment, Andrew. This guy named Enrique Rodriguez. He is a healthcare worker in New Brunswick, New Jersey. He has gone viral with clips of himself performing uplifting, faith-based songs to critically ill patients. This is a former gang member, Andrew, who turned his life around and is giving back. So whether you believe in the Holy Spirit or not, I think it's nonetheless a sweet thing to listen to what this guy is doing. Yeah, you know what, Andrew? I'm glad that he's turned his life around. Two, he reminds me of one of them singers at like a very white evangelical service that you would like watch on TV. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing. Just standing there with this like really smooth clap. I just up there. I don't know, man. When you do some really serious Holy Spirit singing with an acoustic guitar, there's nothing that's more white than that. You know, I have been to a couple white churches, and they will get up there with a guitar, take those shoes off, and it's like, hey, you go ahead, y'all do your thing, girl. The Holy Spirit moved me so much that I just cannot have shoes on. I can't do it. All right, well, God bless that gang member, and God bless you for putting up with our viral videos of the week on The Anything Show. If you have a viral video you want to send me and Andrew's way, facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. You can also contact us on Instagram at AnythingShowFrancois. That is at AnythingShow, FRANCOIS. All right, John Francois here with Andrew Vandertunt, my very wonderful co-host. And stay tuned. Later on, after our celebrity gossip, I'm going to be having a great conversation with Chris Stedman. He is the host of the podcast Unread, a story
that has a very moving and I would say, very tragic Britney Spears connection. So definitely stay tuned for that if you are interested in the current Britney Spears saga that is happening right now. But in the meantime, Andrew, I feel like we should gossip about celebrities. How about you?
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Let's talk about them. All right, Andrew, if you had to guess what Matthew McConaughey smells like, what would you think he smells like?
Bourbon, sand, and shame.
I'm sorry, you said bourbon and then what?
Bourbon, sand, like sandy gravel, and shame.
And shame? S-H-A-M-E? But he's such a confident, good-looking Texas actor. Why would he be shameful?
Because I get the feeling he chokes people when he has sex, and I'm here for it.
Oh, you have a feeling that he chokes people when he's having sex and you're here for it. All right. You know what? All I got to say is all right, man. Mm-hmm. Well, Yvette Nicole Brown, who actually worked with Matthew McConaughey on the movie Tropic Thunder more than like a decade ago, kind of bouncing off the conversation about celebrities who do not bathe, Yvette Nicole Brown was asked, what does Matthew McConaughey smell like? And this is what she said.
What do you remember about acting alongside Matthew McConaughey? Specifically Matthew McConaughey.
I know, first of all, I'm a huge Matthew McConaughey fan. I remember that Matthew McConaughey said that he did not use deodorant and that he didn't have an odor. So my first thought was, I'm going to get as close as I can to him to see if he's right. He does not have an odor. He smells he smells like granola and good living. That's all I can say. He has a sweet, sweet scent that is just him, and it's not musty or crazy.
Okay, well, Andrew, is that a very turned on, chokeable sex smell that you're turned on by?
Well, I guess we could go for like a cup of coffee.
You're so stereotypical. I loved it because he's a good old shirtless Texas boy. You just thought it was just bourbon, shame, and sandy gravel. But no, he smells like a hippie, Andrew. He smells like a hippie. I love it. All right, let's see. Daniel Craig, who is known as the current James Bond, he says he's not leaving his kids anything when he dies. He said, quote, Andrew, I think inheritance is quite distasteful. My philosophy is get rid of it or give it away before you go. Now, Andrew, I'm a big advocate of kids finding their own way. If they're born to rich celebrity parents, they don't necessarily have to be spoiled by the parents. They can find their own independent way. At the same time, parents, you always want to leave your kids with a better future than you had. So I feel like, pony up. What's the problem with giving them a little money?
Yeah, I would at least give my kids a little something. Even if I didn't give them everything to just live a spoiled, lavish life, I would at least leave them to make sure they're good.
Exactly. Well, congratulations to Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost. It's weird, Andrew, because literally the other day they said, oh, we're pregnant. We're about to have a baby. And then I think the next day they just had the baby. So for some reason, they were successful in keeping this under wraps for the past 9 months.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you want to guess what they named their baby, Andrew?
I am going to go with Listerine.
Listerine? Why the heck would they name their baby after mouthwash?
I don't know. She'd be like, hey, Listy.
Hey, Listy, you want to get in my mouth and freshen up my breath? Hey, Listy. That's so weird. Why am I talking this creepy about a baby? That is so weird. You want to gargle? Let me gargle you, Listy.
You're excited for the minty freshness of it all.
Oh, God. Now, imagine if Matthew McConaughey smelled like Listerine.
Then I would never leave that alone.
I love it. All right, well, no. So Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson, they named their baby Cosmo. Oh, you like Cosmo? What does Cosmo remind you of, Andrew?
Cosmo reminds me of a cosmopolitan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going from mouthwash to a very elegant drink at a bar.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I like it. You know what? I was getting another feeling when I heard the name Cosmo. I was thinking like, oh, that sounds like a very wondrous science, look up at the stars kind of a name. I'm not surprised. Celebrities, they tend to name their children very unlikely names. I'm looking at you, Gwyneth Paltrow. You know what Gwyneth Paltrow named her children?
No, what did she name her children?
Moses and Apple.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Moses, whatever. Okay, fine. Moses, but Apple, the apple of my eye. Come on now, Gwyneth. I see what you were doing there.
Yeah, one day those kids are going to be like, why did you name me this?
Yeah. I think Nick Cannon recently had like the worst name of all. I think, didn't he name one of his children like Precious or Powerful? He named one of his children Powerful.
Powerful, yes.
Yeah. That child is not going to grow up with a big head at all. Ay.
I just hope that they make it through school well, because the name Powerful Cannon, there's so many jokes you can build off of that.
Oh, yeah. If that person doesn't want to be the subject of many dirty jokes growing up, they might as well change their name legally right now. Mm-hmm. All right, Jason Momoa, Andrew, going off of just hot, sexy white actors, are you a Jason Momoa fan?
I love Jason Momoa. He's just amazing.
Now, my ex-girlfriend from Iowa was a big fan of Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones. Now, I feel like this is going to make him much more sexier to all the women and, gay gentlemen such as yourself. Jason Momoa just revealed that he loves his kids' stuffed animals. He cannot sleep without the piglet named Piggy Pig Spirit and a bison named Potato. These stuffed animals actually sleep in bed with Jason Momoa every night when he's away from his kids. Aww!
Oh, those lucky stuffed animals.
Don't you just want to push those stuffed animals aside and give Jason some Momoa?
Right. I was like, let me just take a sip.
Oh, Jason, let me take a sip of your... Now, Mimosa. That's what his last name reminds me of. Mimosa. All right, Jason, get a load of this Game of Thrones, lovely boy.
Good. Use that at a bar if you ever need it as a pickup line.
What was the pickup line?
That what you just said. I want some of your Momoa.
Okay.
No, let's see your Momoa.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Okay, let me get a load of this Momoa. Let me see your Game of Thrones. Okay. Yeah, if I find a Game of Thrones fan, hopefully Tony's not looking, I will put that pickup line on them. And you know what? It's going to be Jason Momoa, because Tony gave me a pass with celebrities. She said any celebrity I could do, non-celebrities, I'm going to get in trouble.
Then keep it to celebrity.
All right.
That's fine.
Jason Momoa, get ready for my tongue. Alrighty, let's see. Live Nation, of course, the organization that puts on a lot of concerts. They are allowing artists who work with them to require fans and staff to either be vaccinated or show proof of a negative test. Live Nation actually encouraging it. They actually tried this at Lollapalooza. 90% of the crowd is fully vaccinated. So I don't know about you, Andrew, I'm for this, because with COVID surging again, I think the first thing that we need to do is look at why. And it's probably because we have a lot of people that are not vaccinated yet.
100% agree. I support it. Any place I go now, I'm looking to see if they require vaccination or at least proof of a negative test.
All right, let's see. If you don't get vaccinated, you may die from COVID. And speaking of all things death and killing, O.J. Simpson. Let's go to that guy. All right, O.J. Simpson. He says he does not want to go to Los Angeles because he is afraid that he will find the person who murdered Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. So when I saw that, I was like, whoa, OJ, you mean you don't want to encounter yourself?
Right. Like, in the mirror?
Yeah, right. What did you say?
So you've never looked into a mirror?
You know what, Andrew? This guy actually wrote a book that said, If I Did It. He actually wrote a book documenting what would happen if he actually did it. This guy has guilty written all over him, and yet here we are, like 25 or so years later, and we've been duped still.
Right. It's like, bro, just sit down. You got acquitted.
Sit down.
Don't do anything else. Just go home.
Yeah. You know what? I want to say go home also to Lil Nas X, because Lil Nas X, he says, he just recently tweeted, Andrew, that this current gay era that he's going through with, like, you know, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, Industry Baby, where, you know, everywhere you turn, Lil Nas X is like kissing somebody naked. That's a guy. I guess he says that after this current album, he's going to go back to his cowboy era, which is, of course, where we got introduced to him with Old Town Road. And I wonder, Andrew, if, like, this is in response to like maybe a lot of conservative country loving people who loved him from Old Town Road are just like, oh God, this guy giving a lap dance to Satan? Oh, double whammy. No. What do you think?
I feel like it was the best trolling trolling tweet I have ever seen. I loved it because as soon as that was tweeted, tons of people on my timeline, they were like, oh, yay, you're not going to be gay anymore. And I'm like, y'all don't realize this is a joke. It's the part that I loved about it.
So wait, you're saying that Lil Nas X is actually like not serious? He's actually going to still be like, he's still going to be that fabulous gay guy that we love him to be right now.
He's still going to be the same Lil Nas X.
All right. I'm here for it. All right, Andrew, are you a big fan of Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
Well, you and about 15 million other people right now because of those toxic workplace allegations. And great timing for Ellen because the 19th and final season of her talk show is coming out September 13th. Here is the trailer.
2 decades of television, hundreds of scares, 4,000 guests.
Come on.
Almost $500 million given away.
Oh my God!
Countless lives changed.
We want to give each one of you a scholarship.
And one thankful host.
You've changed my life.
Ellen's farewell season starts September 13th.
Why do people say you're so toxic, Ellen? I don't hear it from that montage.
I felt like I was watching one of the SeaWorld commercials and they were talking about Shamu. Like, that was very intense.
Oh, God, I bet. All right, we are running out of time. Let's see. I might do... God, what do I want to do? Okay. All right, one last thing, Andrew. Two last things. One, I recommend the Aretha Franklin biopic, Respect. Have you heard of this movie?
I've heard of it, and I've been dying to watch it, so I'm taking your advice.
Yes, me and my girlfriend saw it last weekend. Amazing. Jennifer Hudson could not be more perfectly cast in this role. Recently, Jennifer revealed that she became good friends with Aretha, and she says she misses talking to her. Andrew, if you want to feel the spirit, if you want to feel the soul, the magnetic magnitude that is Aretha Franklin, go watch that movie. It'll move you. It will make you cringe. It'll make you cry. It's such a great movie.
Okay, I'm watching it.
Yeah. And lastly, we had some breaking news as I was on the toilet, because I always find out breaking news when I'm on the toilet, Andrew. I don't know if you know, but there was like this really frantic search for a new host for Jeopardy to replace Alex Trebek, who died last year. They had the executive producer, Mike Richards, originally become the new host, but then he got tied up in a big thing of allegations about, sexual misconduct, racism, things like that. And also, the fact that the executive producer of Jeopardy becomes the new host of the show, understandably, people are like, wait, did he just give himself the job? Did he just hire himself?
Right.
So now, after only one day of taping Jeopardy shows, only one day of being the host, Mike Richards, Andrew, decided to step down because all the criticism was just too much. And Andrew's just clapping. He's just clapping. Yay! Now, Andrew, you're not a Mike Richards fan? Is that why you're clapping?
I am a Jeopardy fanatic. I think Jeopardy is a religion. So to have somebody like him be the host, I would have stopped watching.
Now, who would you pick as a host? Because, Oh, wait, say it one more time.
LeVar Burton.
Now, here's the thing about LeVar Burton. I haven't seen the episodes, but I've heard from social media that LeVar Burton wasn't what people wanted him to be, that he was like nervous and stiff and whatnot. Did you watch his episodes?
I watched all of his episodes. I didn't see nervousness or stiffness, and he was actually excited about the game and the guests. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, you know what? I got to take a look at those episodes. Obviously, we know LeVar Burton. Love him from Reading Rainbow. And, I don't know. I think LeVar said recently in an interview that, I need this job. Something tells me that I got to do this job. And this is, Reading Rainbow fans, giving it back to me after all the reading that I've taught them in their childhood. Because there was this online petition, Andrew, that circulated, asking for LeVar Burton to be the new host of Jeopardy. So who knows? Now that Mike Richards has stepped down from being the host of Jeopardy for one day, LeVar Burton may get his chance.
I really hope he does. I signed the petition as soon as that petition was going around.
Really?
Yes, I want him back.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, LeVar Burton, please get yourself out of that couch, rub the Cheetos dust off of your shirt. You might have to get to work come Monday. And that is our celebrity gossip right here on The Anything Show. If you have a piece of celebrity gossip, let us know. Facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. You can also Instagram us at AnythingShowFrancois. All right, John Francois here. For the past nearly hour, I've been speaking to Andrew Vandertunt from the Lifestyle of a Gay Black Boy podcast. Andrew, before I let you go, any updates about the podcast?
Yeah, next episode is going to be available next week. It'll be with my friend Danny, and we're going to document the experience we're about to have with mushrooms.
I'm sorry. So you kind of cut out there. You said you're going to experiment with mushrooms in your next episode?
Yeah. We're going to document our experience of having a mushroom trip together.
Yeah, because Andrew, I know as we're taping this on Friday night, you have to leave pretty soon to hit the road. Is this related to the mushroom thing that you told me about?
Yes, it's in relationship to our little mushroom trip we're going to go on out in the woods in a safe area. It's been set up with a group of people to experience it for the first time.
All right. Well, Andrew, I hope you come back alive because I kind of need you for this show.
I will be back.
I hope so. All right, we'll see. I'll see you next week, Andrew. And without further ado, I had a wonderful conversation with Chris Stedman, another fellow podcaster. He is host of the podcast Unread, a story with a Britney Spears connection. So we'll join my conversation with him right about now. Andrew, please be safe. I beg you, because I've never taken mushrooms before, so I don't know. Be safe.
I will be 100% safe, and I will be back next week with you.
All right. Take care, buddy.
You too.
Attention Nashville, Tennessee area drivers. Commodore Express, Central Tennessee's premier refrigerated transportation provider, is actively hiring CDLA team drivers with minimum 2 years experience. They have been in business since 1995 and provide a solid, stable, stress-free work environment. Their teams run to California and back weekly, average 4,500 miles per week out and back operation. Time off is flexible, they offer full benefits, and pay is dependent on experience. You can visit their website, www.commodoreexpress.net, to learn more, request an online application, or feel free to call Robert in recruiting at 615-287-5140 extension 1 to discuss your future. Hey, everybody. I'm here with Chris Stedman. He is the host of the podcast Unread. He is joining me right now on Zoom. Thank you so much, Chris, for being on The Anything Show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So looking into this podcast, there is a very moving and tragic story that leads to the creation of this podcast. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Sure. Yeah. So in 2019, I lost one of my best friends. He died by suicide. And when he died, he sent out a number of scheduled emails to close friends and family, explaining his decision and saying goodbye. And the emails were incredibly moving. They were, that was how I learned that he died, was from his email. So it was shocking, horrifying. But there was also something in his email to me, because each email was a little bit different. And in his email to me, there was also something that was kind of confusing and a little mysterious, which was he included a couple of audio files of him talking to someone who he met online who happens to sound exactly like Britney Spears. And he didn't really explain why he included these files. He just kind of dropped them in the email. And, my friend Alex he was larger than life, and he was always kind of playing games with you. And, after he died, as I was, making sense of what happened and struggling with my grief, I just kept coming back to these files and wondering why he sent them to me. What was he trying to show me? Was this another one of his games, or was there something more to these files? Because Britney was everything to him. Britney was his idol, his inspiration. And so I just kept wondering why he sent me these files. And so as I kept talking about it with his family, with his friends, we all kind of decided that there was something more to it. And so I sort of followed him down the rabbit hole of trying to find who this person was. And that's ultimately what the show is my search for this person, but also, my search for, understanding and trying to make sense of, why he died and what happened.
what do you think about Britney Spears connected with Alex so deeply? I mean, you mentioned he was, and what about her? Really made Alex feel like, okay, I can relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Alex, Britney was such a real person. She was this sort of larger than life celebrity. She, is obviously this icon, this incredible performer. And yet she still feels so human, so real. She has struggles just like Alex did. And I think that he connected with her in that way because Alex was the most magnetic person. He was like everyone's favorite person. He filled the room whenever he was there. He was the life of the party, but he, obviously had struggles as well. And I think he connected with just the sort of full range of, what it means to be a person that Britney, I think, represents for a lot of us. I think for anyone who wants to sort of understand this significance that Britney has for a lot of people, I hope the podcast kind of is this window into why she means so much to some people, because I think there are a lot of people, especially right now, wanting to sort of understand, why is Britney so significant to so many people? Why do people care so much about her? And I think Alex, at least for me, really gave me a window into, why she's so significant for so many people.
Yeah. And as the story of Britney Spears and her conservatorship, as that has been a big story in the news, I wonder, with that story becoming big, I mean, did that serve as, sort of a painful reminder of Alex and what he went through?
I mean, I think, Alex was on the Free Britney train before there even was a train. And I think he would be really happy that this has sort of come to light a little bit more. But honestly, I don't know that I would have made this show, because it was shortly after he died, as I sort of found myself continuing to come back to these files and asking myself questions about them. It was right at the same time that the Free Britney movement was really beginning to gain some traction. And it became this kind of backdrop for my questions. And I found myself kind of going down the rabbit hole a little bit and being like, okay, if why wouldn't Britney maybe go online to try and find understanding and connection in the same way that my friend Alex did? He was a very online person. And so I don't know that I would have even entertained the idea of, could this person he was talking to really be Britney, if some of that, hadn't been sort of the conversation, because it got me wondering, if I were in the position that Britney was in, would I try to go online and find people who might be able to understand me in the same way Alex did? So yeah, I think that I really, honestly, I'm not a podcaster. I'm a professor in a department of religion and philosophy. So me making a podcast about Britney Spears maybe isn't the most likely career move. So it really only would have happened, I think, or it only happened because I was so devastated by the loss of this person who completely changed my entire life that I found myself really unable to let go of these questions about why he sent me these files, and also why he died. What factors contributed to, him not being able to live in this world. And I think that, a lot of what Britney has gotten over the years, I think a big part of why, Britney is so loved is also a part of why Britney has struggled, because people think, have a hard time with people who don't sort of follow the kind of norms that we as a society say, this is what makes for a functional person. And, I think that Alex really struggled with that. And that's a big part of why his life was so difficult, is because the world felt that he was too much as a person. And ultimately, I think my hope for the podcast is that it just shines a light on, people like Alex and like Britney, who sometimes are seen as, too much for this world, but in fact, bring so much light into the lives of so many people. At least, Alex did that for me, and I know Britney did that for him.
I believe the woman in the recording, I think her name is Alice, and she was known as someone who just uncanny, just sounded exactly like Britney Spears. Can you tell me about her? And I think along the way, are you trying to sort of hunt her down and talk to her or something?
Yeah. So that's, I mean, the podcast really follows my search for this person, for Alice, who sounds just like Britney Spears. And I don't want to spoil the ending.
Sure.
But, you know, I do, you do sort of go along with me throughout the show on this search. And it's not just me, it's, you know, a number of Alex's friends and family who sort of helped me along the way to find this person and to try and understand what's her significance was to my friend. And so, you know, I mean, obviously, he was talking to this person when he had told me about her many, many years ago. But I kind of thought maybe it was just a moment in time, but obviously he was still thinking about this person at the end of his life. And so, you know, to me, I was like, she must've been significant enough that he went, you know, that he felt he should include her in this goodbye email to me. So, I went looking for her, and I'm not going to tell you what the end result was, but yeah, it was, you know, and I'm really, really grateful for the participation of his family and friends, because it really brought us together as a group, this search for this person.
Wonderful. Well, the podcast is called Unread, and it's available wherever you get podcasts. Chris Stedman is the host and producer of this podcast. And Chris, thank you so much for being on the Anything Show, and thank you for sharing your story, man.
Thanks so much for having me.
Have you lost your job? Have you lost a loved one? Are you exhausted caring for your parents, for your kids? Well, you can find immediate relief when you read Sheila Mac's new #1 bestseller, Bootstraps and Bra Straps. It contains the Boots formula to move from rock bottom back into action in any situation, especially right now. If life has knocked you down, pick yourself up with Bootstraps and Bra Straps. Get your copy at www.sheilamac.com today.
Listen to The Anything Show with John Francois on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. How does John know how to set up podcasts? Is he that? No, he can't be that smart. Follow on Facebook at The Anything Show and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. Did you get all that?